Towards in-game combo cluster and vessel. Four copies of Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 in the top 10 this week. Welcome to the top 10. High CGC comic book store on eBay. May 31st to June 6th. Coming number 10, we have Detective Comic issue 40. First appearance of Clayface, first Joker cover, and also Batman on the cover too, and Robin. This book came out in 1940. Grade CGC 1.5. Final auction price is $80,088 with 40-some bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 1.5 right here. And then this book sold as high $9,150. So that's a decrease of $1,062. This was back in February 2026. And then we have one on the right. So for $8,400. This is back in October 2023. Coming number 9, we have Incredible Hulk issue 1, Grade CZ 2.0. This one came in 1962. First appearance of Bruce Banner. Asking the show play with 8,500. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have a 2.0 right here. And then this book sold as high as 14,500. So that's a decrease of $6,000. And according to Go Collect, the fair market value is 10,500. So the buy got for $2,000 less. And the high, no one year 11,600, and the low 8,500. That was the one that was just sold on eBay. So this is the one that was just sold on eBay right here. So let's go over here. So the one that was sold for 14,500 was back in July 2021 there. Come number 8, Incredible Hulk issue 1, grade season 3.5. This is a restore copy. The purple label right there. Graded CGC 3.5. And then it was just newly listed, and it sold pretty quick though for $8,681.93. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 3.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as some down 200. So that is an increase of $1,482. This is back in November 2018. Coming number 7, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, grade CZ 4.5, produced by Marvel Comics. And this one came in 1963. Origin second appearance of Spider-Man, and there's a Fantastic Four crossover. The asking price was $14,750, but did accept an offer of $9,587.50 right here. And then let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 4.5 right here. This book sold as high as $17,400. So that's a drop of $7,813. This is back in May 2022. And then let's do one on the right. One sold for $16,800 back in August of 2022. And then let's do one more. And one sold for $16,800 back in January 2022. Coming number 6, this is the second copy of Amazing Spider-Man I have on my top 10. I still got 2 more to go. This one is graded CZ 3.5, Sinister Series, signed by Stan Lee right here. You can see the signature right there in the spot. Okay, asking play with $12,000, but it's actually sold for $10,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Heritage with 3.5 right here. And then this book sold as high $12,600. So that's a decrease of $2,000. This was back in May 2023. And then we have another one sold for $9,000 back in August of 2025 right there. Come number 5, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, grade season 4.0. Second Spider-Man appearance, Fantastic Four crossover. This one sold for auction price of $10,100 with 41 bids. And then let's go to number 4 right here. And then coming number 4, we have another Amazing Spider-Man, graded salmon 4.0, cream of white pages, and this is the buy now price of 10,500. So there's the 4 copies of the Amazing Spider-Man in my top 10 this week. So let's go over to Go Collect 4.0 right here, and then you look right here. The most recent, this was the one that was just sold on eBay, and then this is also the one that was sold on eBay too. And the high don't want 11,000, lowest 8,400, and the highest one was $18,600. So that will make this book will decrease $8,500 from the total, and then this one dropped $8,100 from the highest there. And then let's go back over here, and let's see if we can find this $18,500 book. There's right here, $18,500 back in September 2021 right here. Coming number 3, Marvel Comics Amazing Fantasy 15, grade CGC 2.5, first appearance of Spider-Man. Asking price was $14,500, but it was $12,000 as an accepted offer. Seems kind of low for this book, but if I scan across right here, look at this, 0% positive and 0 feedback though. I mean, you spend that much money, you probably want to have a reliable seller. Otherwise, you just get a box of like some Pokemon cards in the delivery. So let's go over, but I'm just here to report the sale. So let's go over here. And then 2.5 right here. And this one sold as high as 38,400. So that's a drop of 26,400. This is back in November 2021. And then we have one sold for 37,200 back in November 2021 also. And then we also have one for 37,200 back in July of 2022. Coming number 2, Mad Issue 1, basically 9.2, white pages. This one came in 1952. Asking price was $14,410, but actually sold for $12,500. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have 9.2 right here. And then this book, oh, look at this. It hit the highest ever though, 12,500 right here. And so let's go over here. Yeah, so that book hit the highest ever, and then just last month it sold for let's see here. Last month sold for $12,000, so that's an increase of $500. Coming number 1 for this week, X-Men issue 94. This one came in 1975, rated season 9.8. Second appearance of Storm and Nightcrawler and Colossus. The first appearance was Giant Size X-Men 1. The asking price was $32,000, but that just sold for $27,200. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 9.8 right here. And then this book sold as high as $66,000. So that's a decrease of $38,800. This is back in April of 2022. And then let's bring one right over here. One sold for $63,000 back in April of 2021. And then let's do one more. One sold for $55,200 back in November 2024. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.